let's talk about organizing our little stuff. I'm talking ATCs and smaller. So let's start with ATCs. I've been making a whole bunch of these lately because I like to put a little thank you note in my Etsy sales, and I've had a few things in the Etsy shop lately. And it's just really easy to take one of my painted paper backgrounds and then just put some little doodads on it, and then there's an instant little thank you note. So I've made a bunch of these up to have on hand for that purpose, and I keep them in this little tray over, it sits on top of my little tool cart. And these are all completed, ready to go cards. These all need a little something, you know, maybe just a little sentiment, you know, like a thank you or whatever. And then these have just barely gotten started. And that's why I keep this little box of quotes I cut out of a quote book. Some I've printed out, some are little scrapbook things, but they're all things that might go on an ATC. They're small enough, sort of, to fit on there, and you know, appropriate. So that's what these are, because sometimes I just need to just slap one of these on there and call it done. And I keep them, these are recycled cardboard boxes. These, I have a ton of these that had parts in them from Jason's. Remember when he used to have a job? Remember when he used to work? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's still looking for work after being laid off in August. So, yeah, if you're the praying kind, we'd appreciate that. Just as a side note. Anyway, these came from, they used to hold some parts, and you know, you're probably not going to have access to something just like this, but that's okay. If you keep an eye on things that come in and out of your pantry, there's a lot of food boxes that make really good recycled storage organizers, and also your toiletries. Things like sometimes your makeup, your little face cream will come in a box, or your Tylenol, little medicines come in a little box that you can fix, and feminine products. Some of those have just really good boxes because of the different sizes. Keep an open mind. You know, cover it with pretty paper if it bothers you. But yeah, you know, you don't have to have these exact boxes. Use what you've got, and chances are you've got more usable stuff than you think you do. You just need to look at it with new eyes. Okay, so these I keep out because they're kind of, you know, ready to go out the door. But let me show you my stuff that's not quite ready to go. Okay, this is something I put together just recently, and I'm loving it. Really, really loving it. This is an old fishing tackle box that I literally pulled out of the trash can. Jason just went temporarily insane and threw it away without even checking with me. He never does that. He, you know, I've trained him. He's well trained. He knows things that I find useful, and this was very useful to me. I don't know why I threw it away, but I found it in the trash can in the garage, so I pulled it out, cleaned it up, and I have been putting my little bitties in here. And you know how everybody's been making those little Inchies and art tiles and stuff like that? This is perfect for holding supplies for those, for ATCs, for just any little small things that you're making. This is not really super organized. It's just kind of, my stuff is spread out where I can see it, but not necessarily in any way that makes sense to anyone but me. Alright, can you see in there? I hope so. Okay, in this little top part, I have some, there's some works in progress. There's some little embellishments that are not quite done. There's some, you know, like these. I thought, okay, I'll put this on here and then on here. Well, that's not quite right. But this kind of looks good on here, but that orange doesn't make sense. I need something else. So I kind of know I want to use these together, but it needs something, so I stuck it in here. There's some little Inchies that I've cut out, probably scraps from cutting backgrounds for ATCs, and then just some other little bitty embellishment things. Inside, it's just kind of more of the same. Let's see. Alrighty, hoping you can see that. This is one of those kinds of tackle boxes that, you know, does this thing. Yeah, like that. Okay, there we go. We'll just start with these levels right here. And like I said, there's really no rhyme or reason. I've just kind of put things, small things in here, just so I can see them easier. And this is not like all of my small things. You know, these live someplace else. I just threw a few of them in here. So, you know, this is not like the storage place for all my small things. No, because they all go with their, you know, these are with the cards. Well, actually, I think this is all I have of these. But if I had an entire deck, the rest of them would be with the cards and just a few in here. So this is just a smattering, or is it smattering? Spattering. This is just a small sampling. Sampling, that's the word I'm looking for. Of some of my small things that can be used for either ATCs or for Inchies or art tiles. And, you know, some I'm kind of working on, and then some are just waiting for inspiration. But this is just a great little way. And sometimes I take this downstairs and it just sits on the couch with me, and I put a little tray in my lap and just grab a glue stick and start layering things. You know, just to kind of see what goes with what and what looks good together, and layer this and that and switch them out, and you know, it's just an easy, all self-contained unit that I can mess with. I think some of these are almost done. They might just, see, that just needs a little something, I don't know what, and that one probably just needs to be sealed, and I really like these. So, okay, that's what that is. Down here in the bottom, let's see, I can get you, whoops, a better view. Yeah, I can't hardly see in there either, so don't worry if you can't see. I have a little container. This is just some, that didn't fit anywhere else. Just some larger things. These, Sandy Walters made these. Then I've actually used a few of them. I'll do another video about Happy Mail and where I store it, what I use, what I don't, and you know, how to credit the artist when you use Happy Mail. That's a big issue for me, which can sometimes hinder me from using the things that I've sent. But, you know, I know these are for Sandy, so I've sent a few of these out, and I write in the card, you know, that the art from Sandy Walters. I'll talk about that later. But these are just larger pieces in here. And then these are small alphabet sticker letters that I can use to put little words on the cards. And these, okay, back here there's just a stack of some blank cards and some little sleeves and extra ATC things. And these are all just waiting to be ATCs. Some of them have some flowers on them, but you know, they need more. That just needs a little quote or something, really. And then others, these are just cut up painted background papers. That's what I like to use for the ATC itself. So, if you have an old tackle box, or if, you know, if your husband goes insane and throws one away, or maybe he's got several, you could encourage him to consolidate. And then take one of his and use it to store your little things like this, because it just makes it really easy to keep them all together, and then to pick it up and you know, put it on the couch with you when you're watching TV and work on your little things that way. So, there's an idea for you. Hope that's been helpful. And that's all for now. The end. I think I'm filming my feet and my belly. That was my belly. Okay, I'm going to have to start over. This is bad. Nobody wants to see that. No, too far.